Property, which was built in 1928 by movie mogul Louis B. Mayer, is considered an Art Deco monument. It used to be prime office space for the motion picture industry, including Central Casting. But it's now home to dozens of vagrants.
Since January 17th, this white truck right here.
This is your truck? You live in this truck here?
Yes, ma'am.
This homeless man says when he's not in his car, he wades through the piles of trash and debris to go inside the building. He says this back door is usually the way in. The property is owned by two elderly sisters who say for the past 9 months they've been unable to pay the mortgage. The owners say the building was fully leased before the earthquake, but once it got red tagged, the tenants moved out and the squatters moved in. Joe Valenti, who ran his arcade in the building for 20 years before recently shutting down, says times have really changed.
Years ago, across the street, the man walking down the street with a suit, a tie, a hat, and now look and see what kind of people are in the neighborhood.
But there could be some hope for this troubled Hollywood dinosaur. A spokesperson for the Community Redevelopment Agency says it's talking to the owners about possibly buying and rehabilitating the landmark, but only after the controversial Metro rail tunneling here is complete. Then the CRA might be able to restore the old building to the grandeur of another era. In Hollywood, Linda Grasso, Fox 11 News.
The office was built by Louis B. Mayer in 1928. Now, critics say since the earthquake, the building has been full of transients and drug addicts. Douglas Carlton wants to clean it up.
They have to get out of the building. They're destroying the building. They tore out all the locks. They tore down everything. Every room is a mess. It's just a wreck. Right. And if they stay in the building will be gone, and we'll be all here. We'll be here to cry and see it bulldozed.
Carlton called police today to clear out the squatters, but officers say Carlton doesn't have legal authority to do that. Owners of the building say they'd appreciate the help and plan to get together with Carlton to clean the building up. Christine?
Charlotte Reed says homeless teens have taken over the earthquake-damaged building. 18-year-old Karina Manderley admits that she's one of many who lives here.
We know Charlotte Reed, the lady that owns this building or manages this building. We have permission to be here.
Charlotte says that's a lie. She didn't know that anyone was living there until contractors went to fix the damage from the earthquake. Police refused to remove the homeless people Sunday, saying the building was red-tagged and unsafe to enter.
It's still a warm bed to sleep in. It's still a place where it's safe from people outside.
The structural work on the building was completed several weeks ago, and the contractor says in a few days, building and safety people will be here and hopefully take the red tag off the building. At that point, the police can enter the building and take the unwanted tenants out.
Tenants who are running up an enormous water bill. Natalie wouldn't let her sister turn off the water.
She was afraid in case they started a fire, she wanted water, so we were paying the water bills.
Today, a lock was installed to keep the homeless out of the billiards area. A pool hall that was one of Hollywood's firsts. Deborah Snell, Real News.